Good morning, everyone. I hope that you are all well. Thank you for joining us. And today's learning, as always, is dedicated in memory of all those that we are saying Kaddish for in the community. So I want to share with you a brief idea. Apologies that we're brief today, but it's quite a hectic Sunday morning. Good morning, Peter, Clarice, Deborah, and everyone who are still joining us. The idea is as follows. You know, it says in the Parsha, one of the things that we hear time and again is the idea of the ger, the stranger. It's mentioned tens of times in the Parsha of Mishpatim. And the question is, you know, after the highs of Sinai from last week, the divine revelation, 10 commandments, right? It seems a rather anticlimax, the laws that we learn about in this week, the civil laws, the torts, the negligence, the damages, and learning about the way we should treat, the strangers. It seems a rather anticlimax. That's the question number one. Number two, we find that at the end of Parshas Mishpatim, that it flips back to now to discuss again about Sinai and divine revelation. It seems out of place. Surely that should have been in last week's Torah portion in relating to the Ten Commandments and the giving of the Torah. And let me share with you a story that Rabbi Sachs, I think it was Rabbi Sachs who found the story. There was a subway in New York, and there was this guy, the student, traveling on it, and all of a sudden he witnessed the following thing. He notices that there is this old man who's sitting on the train, and all of a sudden there's a commotion, a lot of noise, and as we've all seen before, a drunkard gets on and starts screaming and shouting, and is kicking things and pushing people, and everyone's getting very, very worked up. And all of a sudden, this old man looks up at him, and he said to him, "What are you drinking?" He said, "What am I drinking? None of your business. Leave me alone. What do you care what I'm drinking?" So the old man says, "Oh, it looks to me like you're drinking sake. I also like sake." He says, "What do I care what you like, what I don't like? Leave me alone. I'm in the middle of doing my thing. Leave me alone." Anyways, to cut a long story short, the old man persisted, and he kept asking him, taking an interest in him. And eventually, this drunkard man, with all his screaming and shouting, he sat next to the old man, and the old man patiently asked him questions, remained curious, and eventually, this poor broken soul opened up. This drunkard, that he lost his wife, lost his job, and he was a down and out. And at the end of it, he walked off the train very calm, very serene. And, the student went over to the old man and he said to him, "Listen, I can't believe it. How did you do that?" He said, "I realized that the only thing that this man was truly missing was love. Somebody taking an interest in him. And when you've got that, then all your problems seem to dissipate and dissolve." We're familiar in secular society with the idea that there's religion and state, and never shall the two mix. But Judaism is not like that. The two are intertwined. Our faith it permeates every fiber of our being, every facet and aspect of life. It doesn't matter whether we are in a post office, whether we're in a line, whether we're working, whether we're playing, whatever it is, we are meant to act as Jews with the highest standards, and meant to imbue this world, elevate this world to a spiritual zenith the same way as at Sinai. And perhaps, friends, that answers the questions as to why it is that when it comes to the laws which seem rather mundane, rather beneath us discussing it in the aftermath of Sinai, the laws about a stranger and so on and so forth, and Sinai is at the end of the Parsha, it all makes sense, because really it doesn't matter what we are doing in life. All of them are opportunities, whatever we are doing, to elevate this world, to infuse it with Kedusha and Tahara, with sanctity and purity, and in that way, to bring a bit of heaven down to earth. That is our message for today, and please God, we'll continue to learn throughout the week, 9 a.m. tomorrow. Adon Olamim Zachoes Nishmoi Shalchu Li'olamam Anabal Rachamim Zasreim B'Seisa Kanafech Li'olamim V'Tizachem Sishmasam V'Yenuchem Mishkavasam B'Shalom V'Nomar Amen. Long life wishes to all. Refuah Shlema. Misha Berach Avatin Ram Yisrael Yaakov Moshe Aaron David Shlomo Yivarech Rabbi Zachayin Babu Shonim Mispalim Babu Ram. Yischazai Kadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Rachem Aleihem Lechem Olefot Sam. Yishlach Lem Refuah Shlema Shemaim Lech Reveim Besoch Shach Yisrael. Refuah Sanef Tfosuk Kuv Hashem Gizma Karev Nama. Amen. Lastly, we'll say the Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He causes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even as I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You set a table before me in the presence of my adversaries. You anointed my head with oil. My cup overflows. May only goodness and kindness pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord for the length of days. Wishing everyone a good day. Thank you for joining us. Apologies that it's slightly shorter than usual, but it was a profound lesson and message and insight for us all. Have a great day. It's a beautiful day. Go out, get some sun, get some fresh air. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. All the very best.